So, some pretty big developments right now that are going on in crypto. The biggest one being that crypto is not looking the best. We're always hoping, right, for the beginning of a month to show us the positivity that's going to happen within that month. And, seeing October was looking great, I believe, in the beginning of the month before you started to see the downturn within the couple days after the beginning of that month, thinking that things are going to be insanely positive. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it either was leading up to the month or was the first of the month that actually looked positive, but then every other day looked like it was just going to be an absolute disaster, which it was. November came around, we're like, all right, it's still going to be a positive fourth quarter because it's expected. Well, guess what? Wasn't really positive in November either. And now we're looking at the beginning of December and we're like, it has to be, right? The end of 2024 should be bullish. It should be something that explodes. But today, even though it's only one day, we still have 30 days left, doesn't really look the best to start December, right? Because if you're looking for positivity, you want to see positivity. Even if you see a little bit of negativity and then suddenly start to see it, come back and get back to normal, that's not what we're seeing. So definitely some interesting things that are going on right now. It doesn't really have me worried. As a crypto investor, I know that I'm in it for what crypto will be, not necessarily the short term and what's going to happen. This is kind of why I hate giving any type of timeline, because timelines, they're not a guarantee, especially in a speculative market. And I don't think any investment that you can have is a guarantee. Somebody might say it, hey, this is a guaranteed win. It depends how you look at it. But I don't consider anything a guarantee. I look at it to know that the market's going to be successful. And the market's going to be usable, right? Or the product or the business is going to be usable, whatever it is, right? So in this video, we're going to talk about the market. We're going to talk about what's going on, the crash, why things are crashing, and also maybe some big news in crypto right now. So if you guys could hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links that are down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon, at Perry8K, you can follow me over there. Now, also, I have a link for BTCC down below if you guys want to get started trading while you're seeing low numbers. It's always great to find a decent leverage trading platform, which I feel like BTCC is that. You can trade all the way up to a 500x leverage. If you decide to use it, I would recommend somewhere between 2 to maybe 5x leverage. With all the speculation and liquidations and things that are happening, I recommend a lower leverage rather than going with those crazy high leverages. However, if you want to take a risk, take that risk, but make sure you set yourself a stop loss, because if you don't, you can lose everything that's in your account. You don't want them to dig into anything else. You want them to just take whatever you invest. If it's $5 at a 500x leverage, then you want to make sure you only lose that $5. But you have the potential to make so much more. So feel free to check out those links down below for BTCC, for anything else. That'll be at the top of the description. Now, crypto. Crypto does not look great today. So let me go ahead and refresh CoinMarketCap. It is down by 7.15%. Know that if we saw this in the stock market, everybody would absolutely just crash out, right? Not only the businesses would crash out, but everyone would crash out. Things would stop. It's just a lot, right? You don't expect to see that much in the overall market and how things fall. Crypto, very speculative, right? I think the fear and greed index should be down to 5, but for some reason it's up to 20. So whatever that calculation is, I'm going to say it's wrong, because there's definitely a lot of fear in the market after any type of liquidation, after any type of selling points, and then the combination of the two, we see a lot of fear that's in this market. But the market cap is sitting at a $2.89 trillion market cap overall. Bitcoin is down to $85,000. Understand that this was at $120,000+ per coin. That's a lot of money, and that's a large drop from that $120,000 price point. Ethereum is at $2,752, down 9.3% on the day, 7% in the last 7 days. XRP is down by 9% in the last 24 hours, 10.5% for the last 7 days. It is at $2 flat. I saw it even at like $1.90 at one point. So things are not looking good overall for the top cryptocurrencies that are there. Let's see what's falling the most, or sorry, increasing the most. We have Merle that's up by 31% or 30% in the last 7 days. Tether Gold that's up by less than 1% and 3% for the last 7 days. So things that are up are any of the stable coins that you see there, but everything else we're seeing that's down in the top 100 that's there. If we look at what's down the most, we're going to look at Zcash, that's down by 22.66%. Pudgy Penguins, 15%. SUI is down by 14%. I think this is a steal price for SUI. I already have some SUI, and I should probably buy a little bit more. I think my price is at 134, so it's not necessarily like crazy lower than what I bought at, but it still is low. 14% down in the last 24 hours, 13% in the last 7 days. Aerodome, 13%. You get the picture, right? You get the gist of it. Things are down quite a bit. Now, why? Why is this happening? The crypto crash of December 2025, on the 1st of December, is this going to continue? I don't really know. And if it does, it creates opportunity if you have free cash available. But massive liquidations, billions of dollars in leveraged positions were liquidated in November, continuing in December. So seeing that happen on day 1 of December. Macroeconomic concerns, a possible rate hike by the Bank of Japan, and global investors pulling back from riskier assets have added significant pressure to the market. Institutional outflows. Bitcoin ETFs saw record net outflows in November. It seems like every single day we're having record outflows, right? I've said this, I think we said this in November. They had record outflows, indicating that the institutional money is leaving the market. I don't think they're necessarily leaving the market. They're just placing it aside to get back in at maybe a further down spot, right? Bitcoin's declined from $126,000 down to $85,000, down more than 30% from its October peak of over $126,000. Broad market impact. The sell-offs have affected a wide range of cryptocurrencies, including Ethereum, Solana, XRP, all of which experienced significant drops. Decreased market cap. The total crypto market cap, as we talked about, is less than $3 trillion. Stock market correlation, the crypto route is occurring alongside a broader market sell-off in technology companies, suggesting a correlation in risk sentiment. So again, there's a lot of things that are going on, and that's why I'm saying that I think fear and greed index should be down to like a 5, right? It shouldn't be at a 20 where it is right now. There is a lot of fear in the market. However, for people that understand what crypto will be and they're not invested in for tomorrow or the next week or the next month, they understand that this, or I'm going to count me in, we understand that this is about what the market will be, and we have patience. Patience will pay off. When you have that patience in something that is widely accepted, that's widely talked about, whether you're talking about person to person or within banks or within governments or within countries, right? That's something that is going to have success. And when you invest in the top 5 cryptocurrencies for the reasons that, you understand what they could be, how they could be implemented, that's a whole different mindset rather than like, I'm investing into this because Matt told me it's going to increase. Well, I didn't tell you exactly when, things were going to increase. What I'm telling you is that I believe it's going to get to this level. If it happens this year, if it happens next year, if it happens 2 or 3 or 5 years after that, I am prepared for that as well, right? You have to invest into things with patience in mind. And that's what I'll leave this video on. So we're standing in a market right now that's extremely fearful. And what do they say? Be fearful while others are greedy, and be greedy while others are fearful. So keep that in mind. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think about this market and where things are heading. Do you believe that we will still see a successful fourth quarter of 2025? Or do you think that the fourth quarter is over and we're kind of pushing into the new year? And if so, when do you believe that's going to happen within the new year? Check out my link for BTCC down below, Twitter, Patreon, all of that stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.